All right, this is parole and probation, the state of Maryland. June 6, 2008, I had to report here. I was interstate compact, and that's when I was making a documentary as well. I was showing how parole and probation generate money, and it's a revenue generating process. It takes away money from the families and it takes away the money from the family and gives it back to the state, where you have to pay to be in prison. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay to be in prison. It's Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in which white America respects, and you reinvented slavery under the 13th Amendment, using the war on drugs to imprison our population. It's plain and simple. So like I said, I got a jailhouse diary that explains everything I did day for day, minute by minute, and I also got a videotape on YouTube called Federal Investigation, and it documented everything I went through while I was on parole and probation. All right, this is the material that the state of Maryland stole from me on February the 7th, 2011, when they called me a terrorist. This is the toilet that I put in front of the Towson courthouse. All right, I also put 3 toilets in front of I put 3 toilets right here in front of parole and probation because I refused to report. I refused to be in compliance. I wanted them to violate me so we could have a nomad hearing. I wanted a nomad hearing about my illegal incarceration in Maryland, and my illegal incarceration in Illinois. That's when I said I was Dred Scott. I also filed a paperwork in December of 2010 for a civil lawsuit of $54 million. Frank Conway destroyed all that evidence. Frank Conway destroyed all that evidence. And I'm saying it loud and clear. Frank Conway destroyed all that evidence. The clerk of the court. You understand? So I'm showing you the corruption in the courts, with black faces carrying out a white agenda to keep blacks enslaved in the Maryland Department of Corrections. I ain't hard to find, dude. Like I said, I'm going to reshoot everything that I shot before I got locked up. The material that y'all took from me, I gotta reshoot all that shit because y'all not gonna give it back to me. So this is what we doing. Like I said, this is the toilet from Towson. And that's me on parole and probation from the 2007 case. That's me. I was reporting to parole and probation. This was the case. You had me in jail for that amount of time. Illegally, just like Dred Scott. You kidnapped me because I was making a documentary about your prison industry and the way you treat black people. Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue, baby. I'm so good, I'm illegal. I'm illegal in 2 states, and that's one of them. And that's the other one. You feel me? You keep charging me with terrorist activities, but all I'm doing is terrorizing you with the truth. And I'm using toilets to do it. I am Dred Scott. I'm showing you the role that the media plays, like Don Lemon and CNN. I am Dred Scott. I'm showing you the role that the media plays, like the Baltimore Sun. All you got to do is lock me up, charge me with whatever you're going to charge me with. Tell me what laws I broke under the Constitution other than being black. Because I'm going to start reshooting everything I shot before, and wherever I see you at is where I'm going to treat you at. This is what I was here for. See that? Legal notice. Baltimore County, Baltimore City. People of the state of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. That was my Dred Scott moment. And I filed that paperwork with the state of Maryland. I filed that paperwork with Governor O'Malley. Broshini got it. Zirkin got it. Valario got it. I sent it to 52 politicians. They got it. Cummings had it. It was an inmate request. This was in the state of where I was kidnapped at. All right. See my number? And these are the people that supported me to ask for my senators and my congressmen to get my freedom. All right. To assist Shorty, any appropriate officials. And you're the appropriate officials. All these people is on here. I contacted every last one of them. All right. It was about the prison industry and mass incarceration. And this is the material that you took from me, and I want it back. If I don't get it back, I'm just going to reshoot it. Reshooting it ain't hard for me to do. Public display, baby. Everybody gonna see my shit. You open a can of whoop ass, you started it, I'm gonna finish it. It's gonna stop being just us. I am Dred Scott. That's what it say. You feel me? That's a Supreme Court ruling. Let's do it like that, all right? That's a Supreme Court ruling. Blacks have no rights in which white America respects. That's what goes on now. And like I said, that's the Shorty program. I told you I've been policing the police for a long, long time. I've been policing the police since 2008. All right? That's my son. Business development, crime and policing issues, job development. That's President Obama. 2008, and I started this in 2006. See that? That's my Storm Falls Road, and I want my property back. I want everything you took from me illegally back, returned. I work for the Oreos. And I work for St. Paul's. And this is the program that I gave to the city that they stole from me. Social skills, economic development. See the political part? Created my government. All right? See the political part? That's what Mosby stole. That's what the public officials took out of my Shorty program. They also took the economic development program and the social skills. They took all this and they claimed it for themselves. But like I said, I got everything documented. Congressman Cummings, Congressman Sarbanes, Senator Van Hollen, Congressman Ruppersberger. Y'all said y'all gonna help me. It's time for y'all to do your job. You said make you do it. I'm gonna make you do it. Because like I said, these toilets and tourism. I'm going to the Inner Harbor. I'm going to Fells Point. I'm going to Canton. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need a million people to pay attention. I need 1 million people to pay attention to Maryland's prison industry and the money that's tied to it. We want to talk about the bail bondsman system. We want to talk about solitary confinement. We want to talk about how much money y'all charging inmates or people on parole and probation to come here and take a drug test, and they got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? The money that y'all generating through the prison industry in Maryland, mass incarceration. You do it the easy way or the hard way, it don't matter to me. It's a time and material job. More time, more money. And we're going to give it back to the people that need it. You're going to stop stealing from the poor and giving it to the rich. We're going to switch that shit. Going to the Inner Harbor. See what you say.